Hey mathematicians! Let's talk about our homework from tonight's lesson where we were comparing and putting numbers in order from least to greatest or greatest to least. Okay, first problem. Which list shows the number in order from greatest to least? So the order matters. We want the biggest number first and the smallest number last. Well, I can see a mix of fractions and decimals here. So what I want to do is change them both to the same type of number. We can change them all to fractions or we can change them all to decimals. If you change them all to fractions, then all your denominators, the bottom numbers, have to be the same number so that we can compare the same size pieces. If you change them all to decimals, then we want to make sure that we're looking at numbers that are in the same place value. I think that's a lot easier than changing to fractions, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so starting here with 5600ths. 5600ths is already in a place value, the hundreds place value, so this is going to be 0 and 56 hundredths. Ta-da! 6/10ths. Well, I can easily change that to hundreds by just adding a 0 at the end. 5/6ths, not as easy. When you are trying to multiply 6 times something that equals one of these numbers, it's not going to work out. So we're going to actually have to divide because there's no times table that will get you from 6 to 100. 5 goes in, 6 goes out. You add a decimal. You raise it to the roof. You add some zeros. 6 goes into 5 0 times. 6 goes into 50, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 8 times. Subtract. That gives you a remainder of 2. So you bring down the next 0. 6 goes into 20 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. That gets us very close. 18. 20 minus 18 is 2. You can grab another 0. You can draw one in, drop it down. Oh, wait, that 20 looks familiar. 20 minus 18, yeah, it's going to be 3 groups. Ooh, wait, that's going to have a remainder of 2. This is going to repeat forever and ever and ever. So, we can establish that our pattern is the 8 is just a one-time thing, and then the 3s are repeating. So we're going to write this as 0 and 83 hundredths with a repeating bar over the 3. Let me erase the work so we can get it out of the way. All right, so now we're looking for greatest to least. That means the biggest number should be first. 56 hundredths sounds pretty big, but 60 hundredths is bigger than this, so this one is wrong. The biggest of these 4 numbers, 56, 60, 71, and 83 hundredths, is 83 hundredths, so the 5/6 should be coming first, like it is right here, and not this one. The smallest of these numbers is 56 hundredths, so the 56 hundredths should be last. Ooh, 71 hundredths is not the smallest. So your answer is B. All right, that was the first one. Next problem. Which of these numbers is in ascending order? Ascend means to go up, so you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Same deal, we have fractions and we have decimals, so we're going to want to change. I'm going to change our fractions to decimals because that's easier for me. All right, so let's start with the 2/5. 2/5 I can change pretty easily to tenths. 5 times 2 is 10, so 2 times 2 is 4. This makes 0 and 4 tenths. Those are equal. Well, this is in hundreds, so I'm going to add an extra 0 right here and say 0 and 40 hundredths. So now I can compare it to 25 hundredths. I can add a 0 here and make this 30 hundredths, so I can compare it to 25 hundredths. And then I have another fraction. There is no times table with a whole number that will get you from 3 to 10, or 3 to 100, or 3 to 1,000. So you're going to have to divide. This is one that you should be getting pretty familiar with seeing. Thirds are very common. You're going to add a decimal point. You're going to add a 0. You're going to raise that 0 to the roof. 3 goes into 1 0 times. It goes into 10 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract. Get a remainder of 1. Add another 0. Bring it down. 10 again. 3 goes into 10 3 times. That's 9. Subtract. Remainder of 1. We're starting to see a pattern. It doesn't feel like it's ever going to end. So 1/3 we'll call 0, and 33 hundredths. Even though we know it doesn't actually end in the hundreds place, it will never end, so we'll just put a bar right there. Ascending means least to greatest. Of these decimals, which are now all measured in the hundreds place, 40 hundredths is the biggest option, so 2/5 should be last. Yay? Yay. No. No. So just because these are no, that means the entire answer is wrong. Okay. This list in A is not in the right order. 25 hundredths is the smallest, then 30, then 33 hundredths, and last the 2/5, the 40 hundredths. So again, our answer is B. 2 down, 1 to go. Click. There we go. On January 1st, Rodney recorded the outside temperature at 4 different times. Which list shows the temperature in order from coldest to warmest? So coldest is going to be your most negative, and warmest is going to be your most positive. Let's look at our list. Okay. 0. Then negatives, then a positive. Coldest, 0 is not the coldest temperature. It can be below 0. That's what the negatives mean. That's wrong. Negative, negative, 0, positive. Okay, that's in the right order. Negative, negative, 0, positive. Notice I'm not even looking at the numbers yet. I'm just eliminating based on where the negatives are placed. Negative, 0, negative, positive? No. It's all negatives, then 0, then positives. So we're choosing between these two options. I already told you the correct answer for number 1 and the correct answer for number 2. So I'm not going to share with you the correct answer between B and C. I'm just going to remind you. Think about the colder it is, the more negative it is. Pick your final answer, and you're done with your homework. Yay!